Hello, I'm Louis AKKERMANS.
And I'm Amanda Martinez.
Get ready, West Broward.
Because this is Bobcat Broadcast.
Although September has been pretty hectic for students and teachers alike, the City of Pembroke Pines has managed to continuously do what it does best, give back to the community.
On today's show, we will discuss a 5K run raising money to combat and raise awareness against cancer,
how a new coffee shop stands out amongst the rest by revealing their craft to the public,
what a Thanksgiving food drive is doing by featuring creativity through the arts,
why creative minds are coming together to share one common interest,
and much more. The month of September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and the community of Pembroke Pines came together to show their support to the women suffering from the disease in order to fund the life-changing Kinda Foundation. Natalia Esquerdo has more information.
September is dedicated to raising awareness of ovarian cancer, the deadliest gynecologic cancer. The Teal 5K run celebrates life and encourages those who are affected to keep on fighting.
We wanted to do a 5K for a good cause. We got two family members, two aunts. One has lung cancer and one had pancreatic cancer. Fortunately, they're both going through the process of chemo and it's going well. But when we saw this cause for ovarian and gynecological cancer, we thought this would be a perfect run for my wife to do.
Paris, the founder of the Walk for Ovarian Cancer, strongly emphasizes the silence surrounding this illness, encouraging others to raise their own awareness on the subject.
On the cancer, we call it the cradle of life cancers, because that's where babies are developed. You know, we want to protect the womb, the ovaries. You know, there is the human papilloma virus. 4 out of 5 females, or 5 persons in Florida has it. We want to break that silence.
With the many ways there are to get involved, one woman, Lisandra Balboa, has begun her own nonprofit organization, teaching others to look at the brighter side of life and reminding them to smile.
I opened my own non-for-profit, Bright Lips Against Cancer. My chemo was 5 days a week, so I had to come up with something, and the plan was to wear bright lipstick every day. The nurses and the doctors will call me Bright Lips, and then people will send me bright lipstick. We collect funds, and with that we go to the chemos, and chemo lounge, I call them. You know, you have to make everything look prettier.
Walks and events that bring light to ovarian cancer provide the opportunity of seeing the true effects of this illness and how those who have been affected, either directly or through a loved one, know that staying positive and recognizing that there are others out there is the key to overcoming cancer. This has been Natalia Esquerdo for Bobcat Broadcast.
Roasting Buddies is a new coffee shop that specializes in making artisan coffee. Their ingredients are imported from the most recognized producers around the world and are made by hand daily. Alana Blissett has the story.
Filled with cozy ambiance, delicious treats, and friendly service, Roasting Buddies is serving up more than just coffee. Celebrating their 8th month of business, the establishment is promoting freshness and friendship.
Okay, our project here is to have in each neighborhood the best coffee in that neighborhood.
What makes me come back is just the fact that the employees make you feel like home. They're very kind, and it's just a very different atmosphere from other coffee shops.
I love drink coffee, so I start looking for places that make good coffee, and I understand that here in South Florida nobody makes up to now a good coffee that take care about the coffee, that take care about the family that pick up by hands the beans in Colombia, in Ethiopia, in Peru, a lot of countries, because we roast coffee for different countries.
Baristas work their hardest to make sure that their diverse options of coffee from many countries are made authentically.
Okay, we don't compete for that coffee shops because we don't have the same thing. The coffee shops that usually are here in South Florida, they sell commercial beans. They are commercial coffees. Here we roast specialty coffee. That means that the coffee grows in small farms, small quantities, so that's a unique beans for have a good cup of coffee.
While still a relatively new business, the Roasting Buddies franchise is sure to please any customer that walks in. Whether you're just passing by or have a latte on your mind, be sure to make the visit to the store a part of your daily grind. This has been Alana Blissett for Bobcat Broadcast.
The Fall Arts and Crafts Thanksgiving Food Drive is celebrating their 5th annual presentation of local individuality. In the span of 2 days, the Focal Point Community Center is showcasing many popular artists for all to see, as well as raising supplies for those in need. Grace Marco has more information.
Many different artists, along with their art pieces, come together at this festival to showcase their abstract creations and hopefully sell it to those who may share a similar artistic interest. Amongst the plethora of other artists, Leroy and his group of diverse students come together as one and stand out as a whole to help their community. With the start of the season of giving, this event was a prime example of artists displaying and using their work to benefit a greater cause. This has been Grace Marco for Bobcat Broadcast.
Now that we've gotten a look into what's happening this month, it's time for a commercial break.
When we get back, we will explore what local artists are doing to express themselves.
And more about the world of politics.
We'll be right back.
What is the speed of a car that has traveled 10 meters in 5 seconds? The acceleration of the car is 5 meters per second squared. The car starts 3 meters on a decline of 45 degrees from the horizontal after writing equation 7 to 9.8. Acceleration is speed x the initial velocity. Once you've fallen behind, it's hard to catch up. Study.
Welcome back.
In the middle of our city, there is a community of hardworking and devoted artists focused on mastering their craft and displaying their talent. Studio 18 in the Pines is home to some of our most unique minds. Martin Bontez has the details.
Here at Studio 18 in the Pines, local artists have come together to add a stroke of creativity to the city and express themselves in their truest forms.
Okay, I have been an artist pretty much all my life, but a working artist for 16 years. Studio 18 opened about 6 years ago. It was if you know anything about Studio 18, it's owned by the city of Pembroke Pines, and it's 18 studios, so they're working studios and classrooms in a gallery space. And when they were going to open it up, they renovated this building. It used to be a laundry room for the state hospital. Anyway, I was really excited to find a really beautiful place to be able to work myself.
Artists at the studio use the peaceful environment to express their emotions and experiences through their art.
So I painted when I was young, many years ago, and then I joined the military, and I really didn't have the opportunity to paint. So coming back here about a year ago, I got refreshed in all the basic skills, and And I learned a lot of new things as well on how to apply paint and use canvases and lighting and things like that. In addition to having a place to come and paint, I also get to hang out with all the people here in this class and the interaction with all the folks, and it's really enjoyable because we all have something in common. We like sharing the same thing, and then it's we're really loose in here, so we talk about our weeks and how they went, and so that's probably just as much fun as the painting.
I started painting 6 months ago. Sometimes my history, I put my history like that. That is my daughter. Oh. So sometimes I put what I feel is this.
It's clear that Studio 18 offers a creative outlet for local artists to let their true colors show. This has been Martin Bontis for Bobcat Broadcast.
The presidential election is quickly approaching, and with that comes politicians who are willing to do anything to get your vote. Unfortunately, this includes dishonesty. Amanda Acosta has more on the topic.
We find that as soon as people feel that their self-esteem is threatened, they immediately begin to lie at higher levels, believes psychologist Robert Feldman. The nature of lying has been embedded into society for centuries, and it certainly hasn't excluded politicians. In 1869, the first major political scandal involved President Ulysses S. Grant and speculation in the gold market. More recent misconducts include John F. Kennedy concealing his plans to invade Cuba, Ronald Reagan lying about trading weapons, and Bush's false claims to not raise taxes. With the impending arrival of the presidential election, awareness should be raised that many people turn a blind eye when presidential candidates deceive the public. The two major party candidates of 2016 have had their fair share of hidden truths. On the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton released emails suggesting that the DNC, or Democratic National Committee, criticized and mocked the Sanders campaign. Likewise, the Republican Party nominee Donald Trump claimed the poverty rate among Hispanics has dropped when in fact it has improved. Politicians distort the truth more often, use more self-justifications, and deceive in larger ways and with more consequences, experts in psychology and political science say. Americans need to be more aware of the fabrications made by both nominees in order to make an educated and concise decision on the next leader of the United States. This has been Amanda Acosta reporting for Bobcat Broadcast.
The month of September is a month of remembrance. Remembrance for the people who lost their lives on the fateful day of 9/11. Every year, the city of Pembroke Pines has thrown a ceremony to honor those who sacrificed everything for their country. Louis AKKERMANS has more on this event.
Morning. How's that air conditioning feel? Pretty good?
For 15 years, the city of Pembroke Pines has thrown a remembrance ceremony to pay their respects to the victims of 9/11.
When 9/11 happened, me and you guys here, were just little kids. Basically, we couldn't do anything back then, but now I feel the time I finally can do something about it.
And for people like Francis Novo, this ceremony is something they hold very dear in their heart.
I'm privileged to serve our veterans and our first responders for this event, but the ones that I really cherish are Veterans Day, where we honor our veterans, and Memorial Day, where we memorialize those who've lost their lives protecting our freedom, the same freedom that I have to actually serve the community.
But for some, this tragic day sparks dark feelings of the past.
When the fire trucks started, the siren came, and that was the moment that first plane hit. That's what really hit me, because that was 8:43, and when that went off, it was just, and honestly, most people would probably say when the first plane hit, they didn't know what was going on. They thought maybe it was someone who didn't know how to fly a plane or drunk. But when the second plane hit, then we knew.
With the love and respect of our citizens, the city of Pembroke Pines will truly never forget. This has been Louis AKKERMANS reporting.
Now that we've been caught up in all this month has to offer, we reached the end of our show. This has been Amanda Martinez
and Louis AKKERMANS. Have a great day.